Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. I almost was too late, but I made it. And yes, from those of you who can see from my save game files, I did start up another character. This one's a psyker. So, we're going with Seth. So let's get on it. Okay. So, companion quests. We have the Sororitas request, which is good. We have new blood. Machine Spirit Keeper. I need a new engineer. And I need a new navigator. Well, I think we should get the navigator first. So we finished off the prologue. We can... close that off. Okay, well, apparently I can't. This quest log is gonna get real big, real fast. If that's the case. Can I close errands? Can I close companion quests? Ah! I can close companion quests. Okay. Okay, so, well, let's go talk to the Sister of Battle first. I think I saw her icon right here. Gotta hover over. Oh, almost had it. No! There. There we go. Sister Argenta looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. Rogue Trader. You said you had a request for me, sister. I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in the Von Valencia's territory, but the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans. Okay. Several options here. No. Deliver orders on my behalf. No. Nah. Once again, like this one right here, why would I? Do you wish to fill these children's heads with the illusion that the world and its rulers care about them? I will have no part in this. If I were playing a noble, that's what I'd go with. Deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be treated properly and are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with the Rogue Trader is too much. If I had been an officer in the Navy, or if I'd been a noble, once again, I'd do that. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children of the people who gave their lives to the Von Valencia's dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve. That sounds like something a commissar would say. Once again, commissars are supposed to deal with people directly, so we'll do that. Sorry. The motley group of children and adolescents don't take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It's hardly the Schola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group, next to the youngest visitors. Oh, okay. You notice her giving them looks and inconspicuous gestures. You notice her giving them looks and inconspicuous gestures of encouragement. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valencius." No, absolutely not. We talk to the children. Your Lord Crab. Yeah, I feel like a speech would be a better option here. "Children of the brave servants of House von Valencius, I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the von Valencius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them and believe that you will become their worthy heirs." I like it. The children hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few teenagers, goddamn teenagers, goddamn snot-nosed teenagers, at the far end of the rows seem sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech. Goddamn teenagers, get off my grass. Or lawn. Suddenly, all the sounds in the module are drowned out by a very loud sniffle. It has the effect of a dam burst. You now hear whispers, sobs, and subtle grumbles. One of the older orphans, a teenager with a thin scar across his face, tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? My friends and parents died in the dozens for you, noble lot. You just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. Once again, if I were a noble, number one would probably be the option. Spank this troublemaker, put the rest as troublemaker, put the rest back in their case. Like, no, that's not how you inspire. Yes, number 3. I like number 3. If you have anything to say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly, not at all like a child. Well, of course not. He's just been through hell. That kind of steals your childhood innocence. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks. Or worse. That's a good point. That is a good point. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth. For the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. Yeah, I might say something like that. When the pirates who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. I like number 2. I do like number 2. That's more of a connecting me to them. Like, I am the example. I did what I could, but even I have my faults. I am not perfect. You know, that's more. That sounds like something more encouraging. Yeah. Rather than telling the kid, "Hey, you know what? These are lofty ideals. You should." Well, yeah, but lofty ideals is something a commissar would say too. Yeah, once again, address the chaperones. Screw that. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. Wow. That's dickish. I'll go with number 2 and see what Argenta thinks. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. Huh. She's a hard lady to get a read on. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. You know what? I'll take it. Teenagers are a pain in the ass anyway. Abelard gives a sign, and the servants immediately emerge, carrying package with von Valencius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears the seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Abelard, you crafty little bastard. Oh, what? What is this? Make it rain! Okay. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles at the younger children, offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the boy. The bay. I may have been found wanting. Alright. I mean, since we started with her, let's talk to her and let's see what she has to say. Oh no. Oh, apparently you gotta aim at her feet. Okay, that's kinky. Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy, her dark eyes shining, and a slight blush to her cheeks. She is reciting a prayer and looks at you when she has spoken the final line. Seth, greetings. Tell me about yourself. About me? She looks surprised. I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me? Okay. Brief, concise, to the point. How did you end up on Theodora's ship? Argenta's expression darkened visibly. Uh-oh. I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not the first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that She stopped short. I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations. What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them? Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to her ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. Oh, how I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday. I think I could make that happen. Where did this happen? Yes, excellent. On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard. We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers. Yes! Yes! Argenta's eyes glint. She hesitates, but then shakes her head with a sigh. The path to the planet was lost. All knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the Von Valencius Protectorate must have plenty of issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our head have cleared. Oh, you can count on it. Like I said, I'm still pursuing this, assuming I can romance the Sister of Battle. What was it like traveling aboard the ship? I hadn't been here that long, just one journey from Footfall and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayer and rumination than on the people around me or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Werseran stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is meticulous in his inspections of the logistics system as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional Sister of Battle aboard the ship. Well, that's a nice compliment. but not all of Theodore's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Idiria to last among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates, and I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. Argenta frowns and strokes her head. I'm glad we made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. I'm gonna have problems with those two. Like Jack and Miranda style problems. Oh shit. Well, actually, technically the Sister of Battle has the ability to wield miracles, and Idiria has the ability to wield the warp. So yeah, kind of a Jack and Miranda situation from Mass Effect. Oh boy, this could be a problem. I know this is delicate, but I want to know. You mentioned making a mistake. It happens to even the best of us, Argenta says heatedly. Then she furrows her and lowers her head for a moment. My mistakes are my burden to bear, and I'll find a way to atone for them. Well, if you ever need help, feel free to ask. Please. Alright, tell me about the Adeptus Sororitas. Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We, Argenta interrupts herself and snorts. I beg your pardon, rogue trader. Here I am, talking about what every lesser noble of the Imperium knows. What exactly are you interested in hearing about? They say the Adeptus Sororitas are the fiercest in their faith among the warriors in the Imperium. Is that true? It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanse of the universe. We bring his wrath to the heretics, mutant, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not, with altar. Yes. Are the sisters truly as faultless as you say? Uh-oh, I'm treading on thin ice, but I'll do it. Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have been taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by the trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within, and thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. This would be the Repentia. They are called the Sisters Repentia. And many enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a Sister of Battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. I remember, like, I looked into the Sisters Repentia a while back. And, like, most of the art that I saw of the Sisters Repentia are basically of a woman dressed in nothing more than, like, cloth. She's got no gun. All she has is a gigantic fuck-off chainsword that's about as tall as she is. Yeah. Like, nothing can stop a Sister of Battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault weakness, even if being cleansed of fault and weakness means that you wind up dying because you're not wearing any freaking armor. They're fucking nuts. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, these sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul. All I had to do was advance the conversation. Okay, what order are you from? White hair, she's probably from the Order of our Martyred Lady. Once I'd completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calyx branch of our Order of the Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter a Sister Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful. The Order of the Pronatus is not one of the Order's militants, and yet you are a trained fighter. That is a very, very good point. Don't let the knave deceive you. The Order's militant train sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to non-militant orders timid and helpless. Okay. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet the enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with the heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolt or discharge. Okay. After a short pause, Argenta adds with somewhat arrogant haste, and my order has all the more reason. Sorry. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of imperial relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the sisters Pronatus could not protect it? Once again, very good point. You said you belonged to the Calixian branch of your order. What brought you the Coronis Expanse? The order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assess the local brotherhood of the Druisians in caring... Assist the local brotherhood of Druisians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parsimus Dewan, the station's founder. Huh. Are there other members of the Adeptus Sororitas in the Coronis Expanse? None that I am aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitors. God, English is hard today. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so, for even a single evening spent in the joint prayer and training would bring me joy. I have no more questions. What's keeping you in my retinue? The ship was targeted by heretical pirates, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely return to Footfall to protect its reliquary, but for now I wish to remain a part of the rogue trader's crew. I've been playing it straight up till now. I'm going to try a flirt. I enjoy your company, Argenta. I hope you remain in the crew and that this ship becomes your home. Those are very courteous words, Rogue Trader. Thank you both for your words and your hospitality. She gives you another somewhat puzzled look. Oh god. Okay. Well, I screwed that up. Alright, that's one companion I've talked to and exhausted the dialogue options for. I believe I have my Abelard, and I have Idiria on the... I saw her icon around here somewhere. Idiria. So I'll talk to them later. Let's motor off somewhere. Oh, that's neat. That's a neat bug report system. Okay, so first things first, I say we find ourselves a navigator. Yeah, we're closest to the station anyway. It's got a quest for us, and Rycad Majoris is not a quest location. So let's go to Iraq 5. Lord Captain, I am reporting the heralds of the Navas Nobilite are still maintaining Vox silence, perhaps due to Urok 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted the signals from drifting beacons in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We also detected an accumulation of space debris near the ship's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navas Nobilite House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox communications. Well, you know, might as well be polite. I'll negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply, even after the official greeting by the Rogue Trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Well, scan the station. Aye, aye, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that throw off most of the readings. You know what? Oh, we were able to learn that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some are fully depressurized. That's a problem. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. The question is, why are the esteemed navigators, heralds, ignoring us? Sounds like they could use a rescue for the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light you a path. Click on it again? Whee! Wink. Oh. Extract them, no Oh, I can mine for resources. As shown up here. I assume that's promethium, mechanisms, plasteel, chemicals, provisions, people. I can mine for people. Weapons. Xenotech. Adamantium. Phlogiston? Profit factor. Excellent. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, that doesn't look good. No, took him a second to fall. Okay. We going into battle? Looks like we can talk? I'm so confused. Oh, infidels, okay. Well. GG no re. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his face. Both other people's and... what? Oh, both other people's and his own. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the ocean of Eh? Oh, it's just the warp. Okay. Upon you, Emperor, be my witness. Answer in High Gothic. I am rogue trader Seth von Valencius, and I am no enemy of the Navas Nobilite. This system has enjoyed the protection of the Winterscale dynasty for many years. Admittedly, I did not expect to meet another rogue trader in my lifetime. Fair enough. And since the fate brought by such an important person into my... Oh, and since... What? And since the fate brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Ah, he was using the fate as a, I guess, a proper noun. Allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, blah 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 blah, 100 other names. Oh, okay. No, he's just being, humble, I guess. He's only giving us 3. Felix Christoph August, the keeper of this place. So you did not arrive to reinforce the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, I need to point out that Urac 5 is a holy place for House Orsilio. A sanctum A sanctum sanctorum. Alright. A sanctum sanctorum? A sanctuary sanctum? Or a holy sanctum? I don't know. That is open to only a few chosen attendants. And it pains me to say you are not on the expected guest list. Don't worry there, Felix. That happens quite frequently for... Wait a second. Felix with a C. Felix with a K. Interesting. Wait, what? Whatever. What is happening at the station? Where did all these corpses come from? A betrayal. A most trivial thing in the life of the nobility, is it not? I was backstabbed by my closest friend, Theobald Orsilio, the other keeper of Urac 5, and my mentor. On his instruction, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. The venal bastards. By the throne's light, I swear I will cast their souls into the void among the stars. Felix falls silent, and then furiously slams the end of his staff on the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia, and are now torturing her upstairs while we are enjoying a small talk down here. Help me rescue her or go away, but waste no more of my precious time. Alright, what kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for a favor under different circumstances, and yet, Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I do not have many people left, and my wounds are too deep to act with the required precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. Well, of course I will. I'm the rogue traitor. I succeed at everything, where the game ends. In order to ascend to the Mistress's chamber, you will need to remake a holy relic infused with the blood of Lady Orsilio herself. This is the Elevator Machine Spirit Control Rod. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. Okay. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery with the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. Archaeotech. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement, so the machine spirit would serve the house in our time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. So, how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanisms will do the rest. If it's so simple, why not do it yourself? I never said the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis nobility or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something which I currently happen to lack. Fair enough. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided? Descend to the Von Valencius line. I don't care. The woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. But I need that navigator, and I have to be 100% sure she's going to show up on my ship when this is all done. I will rescue your mistress, but in return, I require that House Orsilio sign a contract with my protectorate. Yeah, I just need a navigator. Hell, you can do. Just as long as I have someone to pilot my damn ship. Or, well, to help pilot my damn ship through the war. So I'll sign it. I'll rescue your mistress, but in return, I require that House Ocelio sign a contract with my protectorate. Felix's reply sounds curt and tired. So be it. Hurry. The mistress's safety is all that matters, but should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Should I fail, I'll be dead. So, yeah. I saw a skill check over here. Let's go do it.
The Emperor favors me today.
The corpse were mauled by forces far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain and hands fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery. Ouch! Actually, hang on. Wait, explore the area first.
Say no more.
Oh. There we go. A multi-key. Yes, please. Oh, that's it. Okay. Just a skill check to go over. Athletics.
Unexpected result.
Yeah, I've been pumping wait, what's that? A trap. Thank you,
Never
Argenta.
doubt me. Do you see that?
I do, actually. Thank you, Argenta.
Duty prevails.
Okay, what do we got going here? Okay, it looks like we've got an ambush set up over here. We got a bunch of boys around here, so basically they want me to... Well, there was a trap right here, so either way I'd have to walk into a trap. But my guess is that... Huh. I guess if I go this way, yeah, they'll be far away and they can shoot at me from range. And then I'll have whatever's going on over here. I'll be caught in a crossfire. But if I circle around this way, I'll still have high ground advantage and I'll be closer to these guys from my... I can take them out with my melee people, so let's go that way. Before I go, anything good? Nope. Okay. Lady Navigator's statue looks pristine and new.
If
Okay.
such is the Emperor's will.
Quick save.
The Emperor is with us! Stand your ground!
Seth, you can take a hit, so I'll put you in cover there. Argenta, let's get you into cover here. Abelard, buddy, we'll get you right beside Seth. And Idiria, don't get shot. Ooh, nicely done. Oh no! Oh, god damn it. I was hoping Argenta wouldn't go first. 75%? I'll take it.
Doubt is for the weak.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll do run and gun.
I'll do it.
Run and gun. I don't actually need her to run and gun, but I would like her to take another... I'll take the 56% chance.
Oh!
Oh, nice hit. Seth, my boy. Let's get him into place. Uh-oh.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
That had to hurt. Okay, Adiria, why don't you move up? And then I will need you to give Seth some dodge here.
There is movement in the
He's gonna get
Empyrean.
hurt. Okay, and then just use your... Actually, hang on. Then drop your clue. Ooh, everybody.
Was that you? Or
Okay. And then... Yeah, and then I'll drop it on the command... who has the highest HP here? I'll
But
drop
of
it on the
course.
commander. Okay, expose weakness. And I think that'll be the end of your turn. And then Abelard should be coming up sometime soon. Nicely done there, big guy. Alright, Abelard. Move up. And swing for the
Tried and
bleachers.
tested tactics are the best ones.
Yeah, he swung for the bleachers there. He sent it flying. Abby, get into cover behind that
Indeed.
chair if you can. Thank you. All right, and now they move.
Time to prove my mettle.
God, Abelard is just taking a shit kicking. Sister.
rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds is worthless.
Yeah, let's see if we can't just nuke a bunch of these guys.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take that heroic one because, no, actually, I'll save it. Because I think I still got one shot left.
Eradicated.
Nice. Nicely done. Thank you, sister. Seth, I need you to save the day here. That didn't go like I thought it would, but that is okay. We reduced the number of people down, and Seth is sort of acting as a decoy, I think. Yes! Thank you. Thank you, Seth, for acting as a decoy. Idaria, move up, please. Quickly. Give Abelard his dodge. Give him some dodge. Give him something. That's about the best I can do for now. Abelard, buddy, please. Please heal yourself.
The healing is much appreciated.
Thank you. Oh, yes. Get over there. Get into cover. do I want to go forward from here? Nice long bomb there, guy. Luckily, I think Argenta should be able to hit you from there.
I refuse.
What? Apparently not. Okay.
Guided by faith! As the Emperor commands, I act. That is not the Emperor's will. I'll do it.
Nice hit. Wait, can I destroy cover? Oh, that's an interesting thought. Didn't realize that. Okay, whenever the fighters attack, they gain 1 stack of Epicenter of Slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the fighter gains 1 temporary wound for each of these for each stack. These temporary wounds cannot exceed the fighter's toughness battle. Does that mean that they avoid taking damage? Is this sort of like a damage transfer? So instead of losing HP, you just take Epicenter of Slaughter? Like you get a stack of this Epicenter of Slaughter, and then once you I just kind of wonder, like, is it basically just a way of delaying the damage? Let's crowd kill. I mean, I do have 1 area of attack, so that might be worth it, but I'll take thick skin for now. Let's increase fellowship. Ballistic skill for Argenta. Yep. Tag team. You know, I normally keep Argenta and Adiria pretty close to each other, so she'd probably benefit from the ability to get a damage bonus. I'll do the same thing. I'll just... You know what? Abelard is taking an absolute shit kicking, so I'll make him a little tougher. And Adiria. I'll give her some more willpower. We'll give her some more logique. Wait, what? Whoa, hang on. 50 to 50, no, wait, what? Her logic is 50, minus... Where is she getting the minus 10 from? Okay. Oh, it was just a temporary thing, but now she's got 60. Good to know. Blood phylactery. CTEO. Okay. Well, loot the room. Sitting here wondering why Abelard wasn't grabbing anything. Goods. Excellent. Huh. Huh. Neat. Oh, good. I get to pick up a las gun. The Imperial flashlight. I'll read through all of those later. No. For all of those later.
I better myself through my service.
Huh. Neat. Yeah, nothing better than what I have right now. Good. How do I want to do this? I'll stop for a second in a bit and try and figure out where I'm going from here. Mutated flesh sample. Oh yeah, some kind of dickery was going on around here. Meteorite chunk. Okay.
The premonition runs true.
Yeah. They took their own lives by slicing open their guts. That's a highly inefficient way of killing yourself. Especially if you were trying to, you know... big door. Let's go to the big door first. Okay. Little door.
Attention to detail is
Whoa!
the key to success. A nice little stroll.
I failed.
Do I have anybody else who can disarm?
This task should have been accomplished easily.
Ow. And now I've got a wound. God damn it. I mean, wounds aren't bad. It's just a fresh wound. I'll hold that one.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Abelard has already used up one of his 2 med kits, so... Alright, well, let's pop open the door. Another trap. I'm not willing to risk it. Let's... Hey, tech use. Excellent.
Never doubt me.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Hey, body under the wreckage. Noble silk gloves. +3 to persuasion checks. Oh, I know who's getting that.
Duty prevails.
The future is never certain.
No, cutscene. Well, semi-cutscene. This is an insurrection. Death to the traitors! They outnumber you. Hey, who are you? We are not the morons you are looking for. Excellent going there, Seth. Well done. Like a true commissar. Just, you know, disobedient rebellion guard, just gun the son of a bitch down. Don't even... What's this? Research notes. Oh, this is probably part of, like, some sort of puzzle I have to solve later. Owlcat like their puzzles. The Cogitator's vidscreen is covered in cracks and stained with dry blood. The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Well done! Awaken its machine spirit. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vidscreen of the sacred engine flickers. The cogitator inside emits creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the cogitator systems. Request data on the station's navigators. I'm not even gonna try. A bunch of people are dead. Call Rykad Minoris for help. The system cannot carry out your commands, despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the cogitator's mechanisms. Examine the logs. I'm not... no. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all these. Date of departure. Classified. Uh-oh. View encrypted data. Ah. Tech use 10. Break through the machine guardian's defenses. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, wow! I had to roll below a 40. Wow! Most of the encrypted data is wiped. You find traces of the purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands having been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness now flits across a single creeping line. Child delete, picked flow, disable access code, annul station, controls delete, activate shuttle, self-destruct, purge command log. Exploring the archives for a longer while allows you to recover a surviving excerpt from a report by the captain of the guard that mentions the security system had recently been reconfigured without letting him know. His comment goes as follows. Only the keepers at the station have access to the life support systems, but Master Theobald had been at the child's side, and so was I. Could it be... Oh! It wasn't Theobald. It was... Bellic. Ah! Ah! He was the one who was gone rogue. Main elevator controls. I didn't notice that. Activate the elevator. Okay. So it's active, but now I've got to... Okay, switch to the main chamber controls. Open all doors on this level. Huh. Oh, god damn it. Logic. Let's go for logic 40. It appears one of the doors in the chamber has opened. Interesting. One, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and let the machine spirit rest. I think I got everything. Okay.
I go where the whispers lead.
Oh, hey, whoa, what the? Uwe? Received item, rough bloody sketch. Uwe had his life dot. What? A crumpled sheet of paper with a tall woman and a dark-eyed monster, drawn with fresh... Okay. For some reason, the arch-enemy's twisted influence found its way onto the station. Well, what is that symbol, then? I don't recognize that symbol. An eye, maybe? Well, I already know we're dealing with Tzeentch here, so... Well, no, I know back on the ship we were dealing with Tzeentch, so...
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Is that plot relevant, or is that actually what you're saying? Warp Seer's Goggle. I don't know. Good area. Have fun. Is that a door? Maybe? Not sure. Oh well. Onward. I know I clicked all the buttons, so who knows? Ah, yes, the laboratory doors have been opened. Goods. More dead people! Biogel, Blackwater, from the Oceanic World OM42K003. Sorry, my headset was running out of batteries, so I had to put it on a brief charge, and unfortunately it doesn't like charging and working at the exact same time. So periodically it will disconnect from the charger, and then it will, yeah. Unidentified acid. Okay. Psi crystals. Okay. Flesh sample.
That wasn't so difficult.
Why am I examining Argenta? Huh. Interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll examine Argenta all day. But, alright.
This master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor.
Remake the control rod, alright, but what is the rest of the stuff in here for? Lady Cassia's Medicae. They all have just lost their minds, please don't kill me. Well, I don't plan on killing anybody. Unless, of course, you're a guardsman, in which case, run for your life, because then I might kill you. Okay. Remake the control rod? So what's the hell is the rest of this for? Tissue flask? Mutated flesh sample, navigator flesh sample? Let's try that. Data crypt connector. Oh, that's what I was picking up. I don't know. Catalyst flask. Let's use the biogel. Reagent flask. Nothing. Oh. What's this? Transducer? Oh. Interesting. It's just giving me... Oh, I see. The transducer is used to process. Let's do the psi crystal dust and see what happens. Let's save scum this. We blew it up. Okay, let's quickly reload. Okay, so that is a puzzle that needs to be solved. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I know what we got to do here. All right. We have to read. Yes. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, I saved too late. Okay, well, we already know that's not going to do anything, so unfortunately, it's just going to blow stuff up. I was an idiot and I didn't save. I didn't do... Okay. Well, that solves half the problem for me. The action can continue, because I was too stupid to quick save before I started putting things in slots.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Okay, well, we know that Thelek is evil, and let's take a quick assessment of the situation before we get ourselves into it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4... Let's get into the center of the room here so we can see as much as possible. Okay. So there are 1, 2... There was a third person over here, so he's probably walked out of my sight range. But there's 3 over here, there's Felek, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 people. Quick save. Because I do not have streamer's luck. Felek Orsilio looks a little better. The matted hair is now neatly braided, the wounds are tightly bandaged, and there is a healthy blush under the scales on his cheeks. You dealt with the threats and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, a second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. No, dipshit, I know what you are. I know you are evil. Idiria suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads! There are 2 paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy. They fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, the other a traitor. Okay, so here's the thing. I think if you hadn't found the if you hadn't succeeded on that logic or tech use one, this is your clue that something is going on that you wouldn't tell me what paths. I cannot say. One path is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Who do you see behind the masks? My whispers are giggling nastily. They will not speak, the naughty little things. They say that tearing off the mask is your concern. Thank you, everything is clear now. Yeah, that's it. This is your clue that Felek is the traitor. I have many questions regarding what happened at the station. The madmen I fought. I'm not going to read this. We already know. The madmen I fought were certain that it was us who were the traitors. The servants alone could not. Yep, this is just me questioning him. Destroying the shuttles, requires special access only available to the keeper of the station. I saw the I listened to the recording of the station's officer's private conversation. You were very lenient. I saw the security captain support the keepers have access to all the station systems, but Theobald stayed aside the entire time and could not initiate the self-destruct protocol. Which means he had done it before the report was filed. You dare suspect me of what happened. The one who is going out of his way to preserve... Enough. I do not I am certain you are the one behind this coup. I guess it is time to remove the mask. Congratulations, you got me. But did you really expect me to be sincere this entire time? To welcome you with open arms, an ally of Tisiphone and her monster? The accursed child who has tormented the navigators of House Orsilio for years. Do not make me laugh. You arrived to help her completely destroy your... and I cannot let this happen. What? I know nothing of Tisiphone or the monsters of any kind. You do not? Felek hesitates for quite a while. In this case, accept my sincere apology for the deception and my earlier behavior. I had no intention of making an enemy of a Von Valencius heir or dynasty, or destroying a station that... Okay, I gotta start again. You do not. Felek hesitates for quite a while. In this case, accept my sincere apology for the deception and my earlier behavior. I had no intention of making an enemy of a Von Valencius heir or destroying the station that me as home for many years. They left me no choice. You cannot even imagine what monster lurks in the upper chambers. A pox, a plague, a pestilence on our bloodline that seeks to destroy House Orsilio from the inside. Who say what now? And Theobald and his followers are just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassia is the scion of a merciless tyrant, but it is not her relation to Tisiphon that is terrifying. She is a monster whose powers drive servants insane in mere turns. The cursed child who can kill a navigator from the Orsilio bloodline with a look. I only managed to get close enough to her over the years to wriggle into favor to lull the vigilance. And at long last rid my house of the curse. This is the truth. Oh! Oh my, this runs deep. Okay. So, is Felek a traitor, or is there something else going on here? I'm interested. If your cursed child agrees to become my navigator, I will gladly rid you of this burden. You do not understand. This is... Felix stopped mid-sentence, makes a brief pause to announce himself. You are correct. This may work. It certainly is possible. Okay. I get a navigator. Hopefully she doesn't drive me nuts. You are going to need this charm. Felix hands you a precious stone without frame of any kind. Its luminous surface remains cold to the touch, no matter how long you hold it in the palm of your hand. That's warp fuckery. If it stays cold, that means it's got something to do with the warp. If you manage to press it against a monster's skin, whether by force or guile, the baleful influence of her powers will recede. You will be able to take her and leave the station. Uh-oh. I don't feel like torturing a poor girl, so I'm just gonna see if I can talk my way out of this. Oh god. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice a third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament, and when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Willpower check succeeded. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead. Your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee. From this room, from the station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Ah, Benevolentia adherent. I'm not. I'm gonna try the persuade. I always have the stone to fall back on if I need to. Lady Cassia, I'm here to help you. Plus, I have those fancy new gloves that increase my, my persuasion checks. Oh. Persuasion check succeeded. What do I have to roll for that? Wow! Wow, I aced that persuasion check. Holy crap. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And who are you? It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Seth von Valencius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Unease settles over her features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Seth. I did not expect to meet such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Oh. Is it because I have the necklace? The heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room as though the veil of ignorance had just been ripped away from them. The child. Lady Cassia. Where are you? Sacred child. Throne preserved. Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. Okay. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. Ick. A sickly, sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. That sounds like Nurgle, but then again, maybe not. Maybe he's just got some sort of disease? My eyes fail me. Oh, this is the blind man that they were talking about. Okay, so... one blind... I can't remember what Adiria was saying earlier. Crap. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orsilio down upon your head. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Urak 5. I succeeded. What I have to hit for that? Not bad. I grant that you do not look like pirates. You just said you were blind! I grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wreck station. Oh, he's probably using his third eye. Wreck station, or like the scoundrels in Felic's service. So who are you? I am Seth von Valencius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always make appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, obviously. And so House Orsilio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What service do you ask of me? Actually, I want to know what happened between you and Felic. Felic is my wayward student. He came to Urak 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. That doesn't sound good. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of our greatest novators. Tisiphone Orsilio of the great... Oh, he's decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators. Tisiphone Orsilio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the Novator's throne. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, well, they've written this to be as convoluted as possible, so getting to the bottom of this web of intrigue is going to be interesting, but at the same time... So choose whose side you are on, the murderous traitor or the lawful scion of a noble house. Theobald speaks these words softly, looking at the unconscious young woman with reverence. What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room? Theobald frowns. Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns to... Oh my. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphon, for she is the heir of House Orsilio. And... oh boy, that doesn't sound very good. Okay. Felix said that the child is a monster, a legacy of tyranny that must be wiped out. And you believed him? After everything he has done to the station, Felix only wishes to dispose of the heir and take the reins in his blood-stained hands. Do not bespeak Lady Cassia's good name. The child is the holiest and most innocent creature on this entire station. Okay, so this is either kill one, this is kill everybody and take Cassia. And this is kill Felix. Kill one, kill the other, kill everybody. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from... I can do that. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have the long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood briskly away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orsilio, in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. You are talking as though you expect to die here. Theobald shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felix inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Raise the throne slowly enough to see the child is taken care of. I have a Medicaid? No, I am the keeper of Urac 5, and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. Well, that was a change of attitude that happened really quick. I believe I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Oh, so no matter what, I can't walk out of here. No matter what, I can't just walk out of here with Cassia. I was hoping I could, because I didn't need to kill anybody. If Cassia is going to be my navigator... yeah, you see, if I bring Cassia to Felix, and Felix hates her, or... she talked about the traitors, so if I bring her to Felix, she's gonna hate me. And she's the only person who can steer my ship through the war. Okay. I mean, it's like Adiria said. It's gonna be a tragedy either way, so it's pick your flavor of tragedy. I choose the flavor of tragedy that gets me what I want. Let's do away with him together. Dips his head in favor of the the proposition. Allies are always welcome, even temporary ones. I will revive the child. Do not be alarmed. The power of House Orsilio's heir will help us to destroy the enemies and shield us from Felix's navigator forces. But you, rest for a time before the battle. I'll take it. The timid, uncertain lines are followed by rough and furious strokes forming arcane shapes. While no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody filled the water with dried fruit and the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. Interesting. Okay, I have some time, so let's explore the area.
Say no more.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Well, before it was gonna be 4 against 8, and now it's hopefully going to be the other way around. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and the personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium. Okay. Activate the elevator. No. Goods. Oh, yes, goods. Collection of blasphemous litanies. Auto quills. Oh, that's her bedroom. Oh, this is her bedroom. Wow, she's got a nice bedroom. I want to save scum this, but no, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. Well, I'm gonna go with it. I've made my choice. Ah! I may have damned myself, but... Yes. Oh! Sorry, fella. Nothing personal. But I need the young lady to be cooperative. I knew I should have killed you! Well, you... Honestly, it was just a bad deal all around, man. Sorry. Kill them! Okay. Come, my commissar brethren.
The whispers are getting louder.
Purge them!
Okay, how do I want to do this? 4 guys over there. 3 guys over here. It looks like most of my power is concentrated in here, so... Seth, buddy, you get over there. Argenta... You know what? I'm gonna ask that you try and take advantage of that, your bolter thing. Abelard, yeah, you get into heavy cover right here. Sorry, I'm blocking you other guys. Idiria, you get into cover right here. Let's see what that nets us. Hey, thank you. Soul gaze. No, my commissar brother.
Oh!
Really? Oh. Is she just giving them turns? Okay, that's cool.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Cooper. Nukem,
Faith
please.
without deeds is worthless. Each strike is a prayer.
Nicely done, Argenta. By the way, what has she got? Taste the pain. Oh, oh yeah, taste the pain, yeah. After the marksman deals damage to 3 different enemies, the next attack in the combat will deal an additional 10 plus 2 times marksman's... Ooh. Nice. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Yeah. Set, buddy. Let's put you back here.
Oh!
Okay. Control 1. Can I put him into some kind of cover? We'll just put him right here. No! Alright, well, Seth, you're gonna be standing out there. Don't worry, buddy. For once they didn't hit Abelard. Adiria. You know what, Adiria? I'm just going to move you into cover here. And then I'm gonna have you scream.
I know what is to come. Anything else?
Uh-oh. What's he gonna do? Oh, he shot the commissar. Oh no. Abelard, buddy. Actually, I think I can get you going after him. And yeah, go
My
for it.
place is at the fore.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, I forgot about it. Well, I'm impressed. Thanks for the save.
Oh. For the glory of the Imperium!
Did Cassia just die? I think he killed her. Well, there goes my navigator.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
Ah, whoops, not spacebar, not spacebar. Well, at least he died. Alright, Adiria, get round there and just smack him, please.
Cover me! What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh, she's not dead. Okay, good. Theobald coughs up a gob of bluish blood. The armor plates on his chest is perforated. Oh, the armor plate on his chest is perforated in a few places, and there is a tangle of metal and viscera, where his abdomen is supposed to be. When the navigator's pale eyes find Cassia, he starts wheezing under his breath. Now, this is your burden, child. Survive. Return to the fold of your house, as your fate demands. No, don't leave me alone in this violet brown haze. Wake up. Your mistress demands it. Do you hear me? Cassia looks at the navigator's body in bewilderment, and you are overwhelmed with an inexplicable loneliness and grief. Abelard salutes the fallen man. He was a fine warp seer. He fought for his mistress until the end. I regret we had to meet under such circumstances. Now, I'm going to say nothing. Discretion is the better part of valor here, I think. What are you going to do to me? You know what? Considering that she is the heir to her next house... Let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I will return you to House Orsilio at the earliest opportunity. You know what? I, Seth von Valencius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel. You know, her emotion, if she can broadcast her emotions and make other people feel like she does, like the loneliness and isolation, I'm thinking she'd respond better to "let us aid one another." Become my navigate. Yeah, I think number 3 would be better. I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Iraq 5 is still people full of those people loyal to House Orsilio. We could take it. We got room. We got a lot of dead people and empty spaces. Sure. I will take on board everyone we're able. Bring them along. More the merrier. The Lady Navigator ponders your words for a short while. Cassia gives you a curt nod. Accompany a rogue trader in their journeys is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen. End dialogue. Excellent. Alright, level ups. Level ups for everybody. The fighter's next melee strike gives a... to damage and ignores the target's parry. What's my wisdom? Oh, weapon skill. Ooh. I'll take Reckless Strike, yeah. And then... I've got Carouse up pretty high. I'm not doing so good on athletics. Maybe I'll work on that later. But for now, let's do coercion. You know, having a talkie-talkie character is always good. Okay, sister, what do you get? You know, you've got pretty high ballistic skill, so I want you to take some more of that willpower. Wait. Yeah, I want you to have some more willpower, just in case. Controlled shot. The marksman gives a sign that they are going to shoot. The marksman and their allies will automatically dodge the next marksman's shot. Yes! I have a problem with her, and because that bolt gun that she has in the picture, that Diaz pattern bolter, when she fires that thing, if any of my people are behind it, they can get hit too. Upgrade fighter doctrine. Same thing with you, Abelard. And Abelard, you're my athletics boy. Idiria. So I could increase the number of, okay. So if Seth and the boys are in combat... Or we can have, like, an infectious, one, I guess. I'll go pattern recognition first. And I'll up her willpower a little. No, I'll up her perception a bit. Is it just me, or do those fingers look unusually long? Anyway. Leader. This version contains limited selection of advancement for the path of leader. For the second half of the version of the content, if you plan on playing this version for 10 plus hours, consider selecting another doctrine. Okay. So what does she have? Like, what are her skills, actually? The target immediately gains a bonus turn with no movement point and action points equal to the... Oh! Yeah, so she just hands out turns. Oh, interesting. So Cassia's sort of being set up to be the leader I was kind of looking to be. Okay. Okay, so Cassia is going to become a regular in my party, because she... Get back in the fight. The leader encourages the target ally to immediately recover from burning, bleeding, toxin, and stun effect. Ooh. Okay, so she can get rid of dots, basically. Alright. Well, my guess is because she's a fellowship character. Yeah, let's get that going. I can't increase her persuasion anymore. Okay. Let's increase her lore of the... Well... I don't need commerce that much. Let's do that. Yeah, let's increase the range. Let's get a good increase in that range. Navigator, let's increase their willpower. Okay, we should be good to go. Loot the room. Actually, while I'm still here, and yes, I know I'm being boring. Okay. Weapons. Weapons. What is this? I have a dead shot stub revolver. Oh, wow. It's got good penetration. It's got rate of... Yeah, I'll take that revolver, yeah. It's better than my last pistol, I'll tell you that much. Shotgun. I'll give it to my guy, yeah. I'll give it to my guy, because he's always up close and personal. Alright, anything good for armor? Armored body glove, ×2. Oh, thank you. Black chest plate, I'm good. Wait, they gain +5 toughness if their int is less than 35? Yeah, that works for me. But then again... Yeah, that's... This will go to poor Abelard. Abelard,
Someone else can do this.
Huh? There you go, Abelard. Wow, you got 50 toughness. What? Yeah. Tactical goggles. I know who's getting that.
I will not!
Oh, Imperialis adherent. Oh, wait, she is an Imperialis adherent. That just cut off part of her face? Oh. Oh, it's just because of her hair that it looks like it's taking off a piece of her face. Okay, that makes sense. Gloves of Endurance. Whenever wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious, their allies get a +1 bonus to damage. Abelard, you're the one who seems to be going down a lot these days, so have fun.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
Actually, what? Okay, whatever. Oh, wow, that's... Holy... There is something wrong with those fingers. Not that I judge. She can wear a helmet. Tech use checks. Ooh, I know who's getting that. Actually, who has the highest tech use? Oh, apparently she does. Okay. I love her outfit, and I would rather not cover it up, but she needs armor. Oh! Cool. Yeah, she's a navigator, which means she gets the staff of House Orsilio. But she does need a ranged weapon. The staff of House Orsilio is a one-handed melee weapon? Oh. Okay. Let's give her a pistol. I mean, why not? It's not like I'm hurting for gear. In fact, now that I think about it, here, have a las gun too. Abelard. Abby, buddy. Abby. No, don't give up the chainsword. You're going to be getting up close and personal, so you get a shotgun as well. Where did your shotgun go? Anyway, brain. Is there anything else? Anybody else? Oh, she has an auto pistol. Interesting. Yeah, let's give her that las... Can she dual wield las pistols? I would laugh if she could. Oh my god, she can! I love her even more now. Well-maintained axe. Christ Pioneers Bracers. Oh. I'll figure out how to put that on. Accessories. Yep. Go Argenta. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... Your heart starts beating furiously, your breasts come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Okay. Of course. When you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis. Then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. Sure. What do you want to speak about? After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale, then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped. But you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I'm immeasurably grateful. Excellent. Excellent. She's more likely to stay with me now, and she's less likely to be a problem later. I'm also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet, who've served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium, and what to serve me for breakfast. How are those two related? His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. Navigating through the realm of hell and serving breakfast. Eh? Okay. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Why refuse the red paint? I'm actually quite curious. Cassia gestures towards a servant standing beside her. Uv will give his blood before the ritual, as always. And now I suddenly don't want to know. Okay. Tell me more about what this... No. I might as well. Tell me more about what this ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind with the vessel, and will with the machine spirit... my mind with... I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing the gilded implant ports. After that, I use the House Orsilio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine that it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassia unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orsilio never lose their course. You know, that actually made a lot of sense. I don't know what she was so worried about. I understood that completely. Alright, if that's the case, I'll ensure that all necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. Cassia nods and thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Well. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Okay. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report the condition of Station Urak 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Rykad system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to visit the representatives of the Navis Nobilite immediately bought us precious time. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technology components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. It's a dead station. Loot everything, from the jewelry to the last manuscripts. If Cassia's got a problem with that, I will happily give her the manuscripts, but just tear that thing apart. I need repair components. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for a chief engine seer. Both the vessel and its machine spirit are in desperate need of an oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Henriks von Kallax. Henriks van Kallax. Kalox. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. What is it with Warhammer 40k and just making really hard names? The right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now, we know for sure he was not at Uruk 5, so keep this in mind when making your future plans. Well, I can probably get everything I need to fix the ship from Rykad Minora, so that's where we're going. Why is it always business with you, Big Dis? Could you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful things really are? Considering how mangled her body is, I don't think she's sort of a sunshine and roses kind of person. So, let's just let her go. Whatever you say, Lord Captain. Okay. It is, oops. We are now 2 hours in. I actually want to spend some time talking to Cassia. I need to figure out if that girl's going to be a problem. Because I've stepped into the middle of something here, and it terrifies me. So, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go restock on snacks. And then I will be back in a bit. Alright. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Cassia, let's have a quick word. Well, actually, before we do anything, I want to see if it live updates, and so let's see if alright. My lady, you scare me. Please put the stick away. Seth. Cassie offers you a reserved smile and waves at you in greeting. Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversation. This is our first one. Okay, tell me about yourself. I am a part of House Orsilio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobilite. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra, which is Earth, for those of you who are wondering. Listen in silence, yes. And uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds. House Orsilio is bound by commercial pacts to House... More hard words! Galeatus? Hortenier, Dorotas, and Cassie hesitates. There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see that my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly? I'm noticing a color theme with her. That's probably why she has a paint. That's probably why she's a painter. Yes, I would like to know more about you. It must be difficult. Yeah, navigators identify so strongly with their houses. With their house. It must be difficult for you not to be able to lean on your elders, but you have my word that I will look after you. Yes. You will? Cassia blinks in surprise and becomes pensive. That would be most appreciated, Lord Captain. So you've never lived anywhere else other than Urak 5? Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orsilio worlds. What was it? Cassie absent-mindedly rubs her temple. Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace, but everything is covered in a rosy... Yes, she has a color motif to her character. It has to tie in with painting somehow. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures. Tell me about your life on the station. My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astronomy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Aranto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well. Did you have friends? Actually, this is an important question. Did you have friends? Someone you could turn to for simple conversation, not a discussion of yet another lecture. Cassia blinks in surprise, obviously taken aback by the question. The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason it refused and died soon after. Ah, that was that empty cage. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste time on idle chatter. Aside from them, they're only servants on the station. And you know they have their vocal cords removed so that they cannot break their vows of silence. You know, some people would say that's barbaric, but we've actually done things like that in our history here on, planet Earth. I don't know about, cutting someone's vocal cords, but I do know in China it was common during the early empires of China for the emperor to castrate all men that served in the imperial palace. Even some of his high advisors. I believe there were imperial Chinese admirals who were castrated, mainly and I believe it was just simply so that they couldn't try and get the emperor's many wives pregnant. I think there were more reasons for it, but I do know that this was a thing. And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? What? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter, sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you not allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not? Oh, Yeah, this is really painting a picture of a very sheltered, lonely girl. Oh boy. No! A ruler cannot maim people just because it is in his power to do so. On the contrary, it is the duty of every ruler to look after his subjects. I don't think she would take kindly to that. And I've got to be delicate with this girl. A ruler cannot maim people just because she's my only navigator. If I piss her off, away she goes. She can just leave at any port. A ruler cannot maim people just because it is in his power to do so. On the contrary, it is the duty of every ruler to... You may find this difficult to believe, but the practice of depriving servants of their voice is not particularly widespread outside House Orcelia. See, I feel like that would insult her house, and because of how closely tied to their house navigators are, honestly, I think the best answer here is number 4. I like the noise that people make here. It fills the ship with life. With life? Oh, if only you could take my place and watch this kaleidoscope. Cassia rubs her eyes tiredly. Every voice is a flash of color, every conversation a shimmering glow. Every argument is an unstoppable swirl of gaudy splotches. Really? I notice your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate so many images with the hues and colors. Yes, let's talk about that. The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world. This woman is terrifying. She's not exactly a walking lie detector, but dear God. Your third eye, do you always conceal it? Cassia nods slowly. The navigator's open eye is baneful to whomever the warp's ruination The navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is a symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties we bear is to guard our eye even from the wayward glances that may bear evil. Oh, okay. Besides, Cassia hesitates for a few seconds and looks away. I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds. No. That would be the neutral one. Who cares for the opinion of the short-sighted rabble? They can serve and die. They can serve us and die for us and keep their thoughts to themselves. That's a dick move. That's a noble response. You are beautiful, Cassia. Do not let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. So her personality is sort of being played as an isolated, lonely, innocent, naive girl who's, just hit womanhood. She can leave, the moment she demands to leave, I technically have to let her go, because I haven't signed any agreement with her. I'm going to be a bit of a flirt, and I'm going to try and endear her to me more, because the more she wants to stay with me, the longer she holds off on going back, the less likely it is that I'll have to deal with problems down the line. But at the same time, this, you know, it's a bit of a flirt, but it's not an outright proposition. So let's go with that one. Cassia falters, her pale cheeks turning pink from embarrassment. Lord Captain, you are overstepping the bounds of propriety. Ugh, I may have pushed that a little far. Okay, well. Still, I'm going to be a flirt. What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the warp? It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Aranto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths, and I, assisting him from the first voyage, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later after the voyage was safely complete. Okay, that's just cool. That is really cool. It also kind of explains why she has to use blood. I think. We've already been at this for like 15 minutes, so... What does your special sight reveal? Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it. I wonder if this has to do anything to do with the mistake she made. Seneschal Werceran is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Cassia's stern gaze grows a little warmer. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life. Okay. Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors, and as dangerous and as a twisting warp storm. The riot of color hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain? Interesting mystery. Tell me about House Orsilio. As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous, I will answer every one of them. Okay, you gotta keep that in mind. I take it House Orsilio has a rich history. Oh yes, the navigators of the house came to the Coronis Expanse fairly recently, a mere 208 years ago. Before that, our ancestors expanded the borders of humankind's domination for the glory of the Emperor, blazing trails to different corners of the galaxy. Okay. Who rules the house? Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a no... Oh. Oh, okay. Such as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which paths their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the young woman purses her lips slightly, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Aranto Orsilio is ensuring the stability of the house. You lived in seclusion on a closed station until Felak committed his sabotage? So then you must be the Novator's successor. So says Regent Aranto. Cassia avoids meeting your eyes. Nothing is decided yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in roiling gray clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novator. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden. I wonder if this has anything to do with what Felix was talking about earlier. With the tragedy that's coming. I'm really curious. I truly am. And maybe if I'd completed that, maybe if I'd actually, done the experiment properly back in her quarters, maybe, just maybe, things would have been a little bit more clear. All right, with your permission, I would like to talk about something else. This is where I must beg my leave. Okay. End of dialogue. All right, so Cassie is a very interesting character, and I like the sort of web of intrigue that's already been spun around her. Like, we just met her, and there's always something very deep, very there's something sinister, there's something potentially disastrous. It's actually very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the developers take her story. But we've just come back from mission, and we've already talked with one character, so no other characters shall be talked to, at least until I come back from another mission. Take a look at my new room. Okay, that's not fair. This little section of his room, like that is his office, is slightly smaller than my apartment. Wait, hold on. It may actually be bigger than my apartment. That's kind of annoying. Huh. Yeah. This is where I sleep. This is the window to outer space. Beyond the stained glass is the darkness of endless space. The faraway stars glimmer, filling you with an odd sense of dread. No shit! There's a small window between me and death, and this is where I sleep. Yeah. Goddamn. Just goddamn. That's one hell of a bathroom. Alright. Abelard, you and I will speak next. Unrest on fuel deck 3. Interesting. Alright. The question mark planet. Oh. Interesting. Alright, let's go to Rykad Minoris. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. Vigdis pauses as if listening to something. There's some pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Wersarian's voice. In any case, I want to warn you in advance. Why, thank you. The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by the voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice the loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaughts of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, "I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain." Okay. "Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you've already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher-ranking officer will be logged in your personal file without delay." Oh boy. "Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avrilla Vent." Hey, an easy name. Oh, thank God. Requesting permission to speak. Vent falls silent and then adds rashly, on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. "You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable." "Yes, I agree." "I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measures," Vent exclaims hotly. Okay. "This matter cannot wait. Any minute now an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on the orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers." Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Alright, so someone's been abused. Well, here's the thing. In 40K, I mean, people getting brained to death is like a normal thing. It's horrible to admit it, but, like, okay, there's a bunch of people down there who are striking. I don't know why, but yeah, there's a unit being dispatched to deal with it. I mean, you have the Arbites, and you have local law enforcement on planets and hive worlds who will happily gun down civilians, you know, during a food riot because they're starving, simply because, well, rioters can't riot, and once people see their buddies dying around them, they'll be too frightened to continue rioting, and then they'll shut up and go away. I mean, okay, why is this important? Wow, I just sounded like an absolute asshole. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. "Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wers." Oh, young lady, you have tits of iron! Not only are you accusing a senior officer, not only are you accusing my seneschal, you do so to his face, on my bridge, knowing that he is your commanding officer. You have my respect, if nothing for the pure brass balls it took to do this. And intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. Vent reels off the last words as though she knows them by heart. She has clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she is finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard. I don't blame you. I honestly don't blame you. Okay, how did this all start? The situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain and immediately and arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed and open an investigation. No pirates have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between the enforcers and the workers to a head. Why? It looks like you worked through the required procedure. Like, if a cleansing ritual was performed, why is there a problem? I shall explain. Okay. I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on the ship, and one of the pillars of that system is the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so, of course, when I received information about the pirates hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valencius will find refuge on her ship. Oh. Okay. See, normally I would have just pawned this off on Abelard. You know, because he's right. This is below my... As Lord Captain, this is below my scrutiny in the Warhammer 40k universe. This is below my scrutiny. But he might be on a little bit of a revenge rant here. Or he might be being a little bit paranoid, whatever. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Wersaran. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven people to the brink. Now there's a strike on the lower decks, in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection, but when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Oh boy. What is Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized systems for generations. They are an easily replaceable resource and one which is now, more besides, giving succor to pirates and minions of the arch enemy. Okay, Abelard, I do agree. Well, I don't agree. Okay, I gotta be careful here because I'm gonna sound like a complete dick. I do not agree that people are, certain people have less value than others. That being said, in the context of Warhammer 40k, yes. There are always more general laborers, there are always replacements, but we're currently struggling to replace people anyway, so... Like, if this does... And we're not even in Von Valencia's territory, we're in the Winterscale territory, so... You know what? Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rutgut brewing. We've handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. Would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there, it has a knockoff effect on all the neighboring sectors. Alright, Abelard, what do you got to say in all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interest for your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down the low deck, stop the assault units, and speak directly to the people. You will see they are not lying or harboring pirates. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. Okay, so here's the problem. If I go down personally, especially to sort of the lowest of the low group, everybody's going to want to deal with me. Everybody's going to think that they can just get a visit from the rogue trader. At the same time, if I let Abelard do what he's going to do, he is probably going to his squads are probably going to instigate a massive insurrection on one of the most populated decks. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Abelard, because I haven't talked to him yet, and had I known this was going to happen, I would have talked to him first. Well, obviously I couldn't have known this event, but okay. I'm going to take the middle road that isn't going to please anybody, and I'm probably going to insult the Seneschal, but I'm going to hope that I can make it up to him later. I hope. I'm certain the Seneschal was acting within his authority, but I will verify the soundness of his decisions for myself. Throw and preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. Abelard grits his teeth slightly. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist I escort you. Of course! No, you're coming with me. You know, Cassia, with her ability to sense emotions and see, you know, what's going on in people, that would actually probably be good to have. So yeah, I'm taking her. Huh? Oh, you poor guy. There, Abelard reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture, and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Wow! Wow, Abelard. Wow. Talk about final solution levels of dickery there. Oh. They were you know what? I'm not even gonna bring... the people dared to disrespect the senior officer, which is actually a good point. They would not have had the chance to express such disrespect if we were not here, and if the situation had been dealt with by the relevant officers, Abelard grimaces. It is junior officers' worst failing to pass the problems up the chain of command. I have never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here on Lieutenant Vince whims, Lord Captain. Let's keep moving. Let's get to the bottom. I'm not gonna dig into them further about this. Valves? Let's take a look around the area.
Marching on.
See? Right there.
Eh? A container can be seen beyond the massive bars. Perhaps examining the pipe will allow you to reach it. Okay, I shall examine the pipe. I shall examine the pipe.
Whatever you wish.
Oh. I can't see any other way to interact with it, so...
I dare not provoke the whispers.
I don't want to play around with that too much. Goods! Oh, cool. Cool. That's good to have.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
Okay, Argenta. Oh, maybe he means that pipe. Nope. Nobles from the upper decks down here to see us. Exactly right. The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's base. Lieutenant Avrila Vent of the ship's enforcers is barring the path of a heavily built assault unit officer. And judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already, and is now reaching the boiling point. I have my orders to put an end to this unrest and purge this sector. When you say purge, do you mean purge? Or do you mean something a little less, shall we say, final? You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. Oh boy. So, not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Abelard mutters in crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means the Lieutenant Vance or the officer looming over her, or both. I'm pretty sure he means Lieutenant Vent. He'll take what he can get. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I just got multiple pings on Discord. I should probably check this out. All right. Anyway, back to it. Your Lordship! Noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap to attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later. Okay. What is the situation? Your Lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. Excellent! I shall speak to the strikers. Abelard's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Hope gleams in Lieutenant Vent's eyes. Nice one, Adira. Adiria. Which one of you did that? I suddenly realize I'm surrounded by 3 women. Abelard, protect me. Alright, let's take a look at this.
Blessed be the road that we take.
Okay. A dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. Oh boy. Beanpole. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy at their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. Tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking, peasants? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship, says a tall, thin man in worker's garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Well, you should be shot for saying what you... No, I'm joking. Shut up, Beanpole, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Wow! Talking about brass ones! Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for pirates. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heat to the whole base. Okay. If they turn off the heating to the whole bays for 1 week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of these enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. Oh boy. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day that... It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks. What? It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's as clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feelings towards us. What? The grim man with the scarred face throws up his arms. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, we're your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. Abelard, do you have anything to add? I authorize the use of all necessary means to locate the Chaos Worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific step taken by the officers were not reported to me. Abelard frowns, clearly disgruntled at having to explain himself in the workers' presence. Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Heretic pirates are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy, and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. I mean, when we're talking about the worshippers of chaos and how persistent and perfidious and you know, all the fancy words, just at how easy it is for chaos to infect everyone and everything around it. I mean, we're talking about, you know, the Inquisition is known to nuke exterminatus planets, simply because they suspect extreme taint. So, you know, they do it, and they do it for a reason. Like, chaos is nothing to screw around with. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say. I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are pirates hiding here. A cultist amulet? What is that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? As if it was something evil or forbidden? We sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for pirates among us. Anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be pirates here? We know our own people, and there have been no new faces around. Definitely not, and if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no pirates still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, nobody's ever thread these decks in boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these pirates have better commanders than us. Can't argue that. Oh yeah, those boots were really fine. There was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. The same as the way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. Naive children, weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the archenemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? This is true. We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my third little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when the beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who is not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down upon himself and his neighbors? Okay, what changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what we want. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers and quit turning off the heat. And to stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. We want to be... No! Absolutely not. Give us arms, and we will govern ourselves. No, absolutely not. No, not a chance. We'll defend ourselves if these pirates do show their face. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks. This is true. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. Yes, we don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the pirates' bodies, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. I like this man. I want to put this man in charge. Can I get an option to put this man in charge, please? You speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared speak out. The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth as planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. Abelard, buddy, thoughts? The story about the going scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical amulet doesn't convince me. These people were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want. Even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity, that does not mean they are not tainted with corruption. Yes, that is also true. And that is a problem in the Warhammer 40k universe. Even limited exposure to heretical, chaotic artifacts can corrupt an individual. They may not notice it at first, but that corruption will grow and it will spread and it will, will corrupt. So, both sides have very, very good arguments. What begins as petty thievery can turn into a far greater problem. I've seen it before. Abelard's face darkens momentarily. In my second war, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic, and his whole unit lost their lives for it. When they finally managed to break into the barracks, they found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which had grown through all of the rows of beds like metal choking vine. So when it comes to scavengers, malcontent strikers, or whatever they turn into next, my verdict is simple. Give them no quarter. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Here's the thing. If I do this, it's going to turn into a bloodbath down here. And if there are any heretic chaos, like if there are any actual heretics down here, they will be more likely to sway the survivors against my people. I feel like I got my balls in a vice here. I'm going to go for the coercion check. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands, and we will consider the rest. Wow! Okay, well, I don't like seeing the clans of Depot 4 at odds with each other, but I agree with the Lord Captain. I won't demand the disbanding of the enforcers. I'd rather be gunned down by the enforcers or back down now. They'll have us killed anyway sooner or later. He's gonna be a problem. He is going to be a problem. I still want to go through with this. I really wish I'd succeeded in my coercion check. I had a 75% chance to do it, but it came back to fuck me up the butt. All my early good rolls came back to screw me up the butt on this. If I do take option number 4, it will turn people against me, and it's going to be a massacre down here, and we're already short on crew. Then again, that old woman is, she's gonna cause me problems. She's gonna cause me problems, and there's a chance she could force these people to rise up anyway. there's not a chance in hell I'll give the order for the enforcers to be withdrawn. That's just asking for trouble. I'll take option number 2, but I don't like it. As much as it pains me to say it, I really just want to, like, because I wasn't able to convince everybody. Yeah, I couldn't coerce. I part of me really, just to watch out for my own arse, really just wants to eliminate the problem. But we'll go with number 2. The old woman's face pales, but she merely grits her teeth and spits on the floor again. Yeah. I'm not putting my life and my whole clan's lives on the line because of your stubbornness. I've got a funny feeling that old woman is probably going to try doing something stupid. We are most eager to assist. We'll get right to it, Lord Captain. Alright, I'll feel good. Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses the other companions, saying, I have urgent matters to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Alright, what do you want, Abelard? Abelard looks at you, and his last vestiges of restraint vanish. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by pirates, the rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak havoc because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencia's protectorate? Once again, I can't deny it. There is truth to what he is saying. I should say so. Abelard heaves a sigh, but he visibly relaxes. You simply needed to trust me. I do trust you. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora. Do you think she ever once stepped foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. I would be only too willing to trust my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters, but the situation had spiraled out of your control, Abelard. Okay. But did he see it as spiraling out of his control? That's the problem. Because he was fully in control of the situation. He was just going to purge the deck. I'm going to take that answer, though. Abelard's face relaxes slightly. You're right, at least as it concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. I'll take what concessions I can get. And, Abelard stands straight at attention, I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Okay. Abelard speaks slowly, the words not coming easily to him. The prosperity of the Von Valencia's protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for a chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. Fair enough. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I came from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture, Lord Captain. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancements of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake. rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come to as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible, and to do that I must insulate you from the problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. I value what Theodora created, and I trust that this situation is an aberration in the ship's otherwise smooth operation. Since the established procedures are working, I see no reason to change them. Theodora trusted in established procedures, and she died. I won't make the same mistakes. If you want to keep building the future of the Von Valencia's Protectorate with me, stop living in the past. Ooh, I like that. I like that. And I want to take it. I'm going to take a risk on this one. Abelard solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest, your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. Damn it! I don't know if that was a good response or a bad one. Dude, this is what I love about Owlcat games and other, role-playing games where you're just like, it's like, did I do a good thing? Did I do a bad thing? Characters are written properly. If they're written with enough depth, with enough forethought, you just don't know. Okay. Oh, I got a level up. Nice. Oh my god, I have such a high coercion skill, it didn't help. Now let's bring my carousing skill up a bit. Yeah. Let's bring her awareness up. Yeah, let's get her ballistic skill up. Let's get her aware. I want to do a little bit more Lore Imperium, but upgrade Adept Doctrine. What? Okay. Yes, Joint Study. I do like that. Let's get some more knowledge warp going here. Abelard. Yeah, let's get your weapon skill up too. Let's get your athletics up some more. Your You are what you need to be. Alright. It's been 3 hours since I started the stream, and I think, you know what, I think this is actually pretty good. I did a lot more talking in this episode than I wanted to. I actually wanted to do a few more missions, but, you know, we got to do some stuff, so we'll call it quits here for now. I thank everybody for joining me. Please be sure to tune in next week. I'll probably be doing Spaceborne 2 next week on Thursday. Or I might do more Warhammer 40k, depends. And of course, please keep an eye out for next Friday as we continue with Miss Guru. Have yourself a good evening, everybody.